Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to continue on where we left off and try to basically model this RIA here. Okay, so there we go. So let's get to it. I'm just going to kind of continue these feet down here because they are not looking great. Oops, still on the grab tool. That was on the draw. And let's make that a little bit bigger. Okay. And like so. A little bit. Come on. So smooth that out. And we're just gonna keep going on. Like so. So yada yada yada, and you're gonna hold shift, smooth that down a little, smooth that. Alright, on the bottom here, gonna add a little shift to smooth that, and then I'm gonna try the flatten. Okay, make that a little more flat. Good. And we'll go ahead and I am going to draw some more. Okay, so that looks okay. Great. Just gonna go ahead and draw a little more here. Give it a little more girth. Alright. And let's see. So just do that. I'm looking at this, and we will. I'm just gonna go ahead and make this a little bigger. I'm just gonna kind of try and smooth that down so it's not, so it looks a little more straight. All right, and I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I'm gonna hold Alt and draw in a line here, and also on the inside here. Alright, so, and I think I was holding Control, which is actually not what I wanted. So I'm going to click Control. I meant Alt, so this goes in a little. Like so. And same thing on this side. Okay. Just so there's a little bit more of that. And I'll put a little bit of a knuckle here, and knuckle on the inside. And then we'll just add a little more mass to that, and a little more mass to that. Just have these look like they're kind of going up into the foot here, like so. Alright. I'm going to go here and smooth this out, and try to make it look like there's basically a muscle here. Let's see, I'll make this a little bit smaller. I'm going to kind of cut in right here. Kind of cut in a little. Hold shift to smooth it out after. Smooth that out. Like so. And let's see, we'll make this a little bit bigger. And I'm basically going to try and draw some muscle deformation in here so that it looks like it has a little something going on. And we'll kind of do the same thing here. Alright, so that looks adequate. Alright, so looking at this, there's a lot of like little hingy little bits and stuff, but I don't think I really have that option. So and the wings kind of go down when they are going this way too. So unfortunately, in order to really make that happen, I'd have to have like just a whole ton of geometry, and I don't really have that. So what I'm going to do is just kind of fake this sort of wing thing here, like so. And I'll just hold shift after and smooth that out. Alright, so just going to try and do like a slight overlap kind of a thing. And we'll just make sure we smooth that out. Alright. is kind of a similar thing here. So I'm gonna add some variation in there, and just kind of put a pseudo keel, even though they don't have keels. Smooth that out a little. Alright, and it's gonna kind of break. Oops, okay, close the program, and if you open it back up, typically it will actually nicely give you whatever it was that you had left off on. So if you look, let's hope I didn't lose too much. Got the legs, yeah, so it's not too bad. It's one thing Sculptress is actually pretty good about, is kind of letting you keep stuff that you made. So I'm gonna smooth that out. Alright, and we're gonna call that okay. And then I'm gonna go up here and work on this head a little. So, and let's make this a little bit smaller. Oh, okay. It seems to be getting angry, so Sculptress, open it up again. Alright, is not happy with me. So, my assumptions are, I'm gonna save this real quick. Control S, and I'll save this as Aria. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do reduce selected, and hopefully if I do that a couple of times, whatever error is causing it to do that will go away. So let's hope anyway. Turn clay back off. All right, and I'm just going to go there and smooth that out. All right, and then it's got this kind of thing here. It is an ugly, ugly bird, if you want to even call it that. I call it a monster. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of drag this like this. Alright. And we'll have this kind of go around. Alright, like so. And I'll shift to smooth that. That's not exactly what I meant to do. Okay. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. But basically, I am just going to cut that in a little. We'll cut this in general. Like so. And cut that down. Smooth that out again. Let's see. It's a little bit pointier. He's looking a bit like a duck-billed platypus. So I'm going to take my grab here. It's a little bit bigger. And just kind of a little bit smaller. Just want to make that a little bit. Let's see. Take this down a little. And we will kind of try to shape this a little bit better. Okay. That's a little closer to what I was looking for. Now, I'm going to hold Alt and push this in just a bit. Nothing too crazy. Smooth that out. Then I'm going to hold Alt again, and I'm going to cut in for the eye right about here, we'll say. And make this a little bit bigger. And I'm just going to draw the brow. Alright, and a little bit of like kind of a cheekbone here. And this kind of goes around to the back. Okay. And we'll back this up. Okay, he needs a nose. And so I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to, where is that nose? It's roughly there. And so, oops, I actually went out instead of in. I have to hold Alt and go inwards. Like so. And then I'll just draw around it like that. And I have basic kind of body details. Okay. Let me smooth this out a little bit. That looks a little too cheeky. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of add some of the details and such in here. So, to do that, I am going to have to do the best that I can with what I got. So, I'm going to keep this brush here. Actually, I'm going to use my crease tool. That's typically how I do a lot of the detail work. So, let's see how we want to go about doing this. So I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger, and we're going to put the crease on, right? Yeah. I'll make sure I'm on this. So I crease this. Alright, so we kind of do little bit of a leg crease there, and picturing one being here as well. Alright, and we'll do something like that, and picture there being kind of a stronger line there. Alright, so like so, and like that. Alright, okay. And if you see, there's like a pattern on their feet here, so I'm just going to kind of cut these across. His feet, actually her feet, because this is going to lay eggs, so I'm going to cut that across here as well. Oops. These little plate-like things, of which I have no desire for. Alright. And we'll just go ahead and kind of cut that in. Alright. That looks somewhat adequate as far as the feet are concerned. We're just going to kind of cut this around. So I'm just going to try and draw like feathers, because I don't know. I can't really I don't really have the option of feathers here, so so we're gonna kind of cut this in as pseudo feathers. So it is that which it is. So kind of cut these through. And we'll just kind of keep doing the best that we can with what we got. This looks terrible, but I don't have, like I said, feathers, so that would require me to make this in a different way altogether, and I have not the heart to do it, so we're just going to kind of fake this. Alright, so I'm just kind of drawing all these lines to get these details in there. Same thing here. Alright, so I'm just going to try and kind of fake all of this as much as possible. So then we're going to go up here, and I'm just going to kind of do the head. So to do the head, I'm just going to go ahead and use my draw tool, and I'm going to build up for an eyeball here to come back out with it. As you can see, that's the face of pure evil. And I'm just going to kind of use this crease tool, and for my sake, I'm just going to go ahead and make this just mean and ugly. So, 'cause that's how I picture these things being. Alright, and we'll just kind of pinch that in and make sure I make this nice and strong. Like that. And something like that. Alright. They are truly ugly, ugly beasts. Why my uncle liked these, I'll never know. Alright. Just add some random details here. Okay. And I'm going to call that good as far as the body is concerned. And next we're going to do is paint this. But so that should do, at least for now.